what's up guys? Coming to you with Armada Wave 1 unboxings. And here is the Imperial Fighter Squadron expansion pack. This is these are just your squadrons. Now there's no capital ships in here, but there's a whole lot of them, and it's a whole lot of stuff for for one expansion pack. So a lot of, and in this wave seems to have a much, just a huge focus. Wow, can I get it out? It doesn't want to come out. There we go. All right, had to bend it a little bit. All right, so we've got our cardboard here. This is going to be the same. I don't think there's going to be too many things that you haven't been spoiled already. We've got TIE fighters, TIE interceptors, TIE bombers. Interceptors only 3. The bombers have 5 hull, and TIE advanced, which have 5 hull. And we've got all of our tokens here, and our sliders, and that's about it. We're expected to see all of that. We've got our TIE fighter that we've already seen. We've got Mauler Mythal. And he's another TIE fighter, but he's got this added ability of, after you move, each squadron engaged with you suffers 1 damage. So when he jumps into a place, he just, boom, does, gets like a shot on everybody. So he's great to fly him right into a whole group of X-Wings or something. And we've got our TIE Advanced. They have also a movement of 4, and got their 3 anti-squadron and their 1 anti-ship. And then they have escort, so kind of like X-Wings, right? They can they force you to fight them first, which is great, being that they have 5 hull. All right, and then we've got Darth Vader, my man, and he is also escort, but he's also got an extra black die in his anti-squadron. And when attacking, each of my crit icons adds a damage to the damage total. So, it's kind of like Bomber, except it's better than Bomber because it works against squadrons and ships, whereas Bomber only works for ships. So Darth Vader is the man, and he costs 21 points. So, he comes with 2 brace abilities. Like father, like son, because Luke has that too. Aww. Okay. Now we got our Interceptors. Now these are the beasts of this game. These are so good. So counter 2. So after anybody shoots them, they get to shoot back with 2 dice, 2 blue dice. Even if they blow them up, they still get to shoot back with 2 blue dice. The only time they don't get to shoot back is if they shoot somebody and they get shot back with counter. So otherwise you'd have an infinite loop. They have 4 anti-squadron, so they're kind of like X-Wings, right, with the 4. And they only have 3 hull. But they also get Swarm, so they can re-roll stuff. So these are the perfect anti-squadron stuff. And then we've got the man himself, Baron Soontir Fel. Also 4 dice. He's got the counter 2 ability as well. And he says, after a squadron that he is engaged with suffers a non-counter attack, it suffers 1 damage if it did not attack you. So if you attack anybody other than Soontir Fel, you have to suffer a damage. I misread that for a second. It's kind of like how Biggs is in X-Wing. So, yeah, that's nice. And he's got Scatter, which works with that perfectly, because even if you get a good hit on him, he can just spend the Scatter and blow it away. Now we got the TIE Bombers. Now, there's a named bomber behind here, Major Rhymer. There were some spoilers for him. I didn't read them yet, so I wanted to be surprised. So, the Bombers have 4 movement, 5 hull, only 1 black for anti-squadron, and only 1 black for ship. But they have the bomber ability, so they can crit on ships. And they're heavy, so we can't stop people from moving. And so we've got Major Rhymer here, who's got this nice ability. Friendly squadrons at distance 1 can attack enemy ships at close to medium range using all dice in their battery armament. So that's awesome, because the close to medium range means they're using the other side. So your squadrons can shoot ships from really far out. So that's huge. So now, next we're going to take a look at the actual ships. All right, so here we go. I'm going to dump some of them out. Well, let's see. I'm only going to take a look at a couple. Here's our Interceptors. And these don't look warped like some of the stuff that came in the core set did. Here's our bombers. They look really good, as a matter of fact. I'm kind of surprised. And here's our one of my favorite ships, the TIE Advanced, which is a lot like the bomber, at least that front side, of course. The wings, I mean, are at least like the bomber. So, yeah, there's the TIE Advanced. Obviously, I'm going to have to paint all of these, but it comes with basically 2 squadrons worth of everything. And yeah, there it is. There's the Imperial Squadrons pack. This was really the one guy who wasn't officially foiled, but probably no new surprises here. And if you had already looked at everything, but it's great to have them. Squadrons are going to be much more important now. So, but the big reveal is that none of this stuff is really warped. Like the TIE Fighters are, they're a little warped, but all the other ships look great. All right, thanks for watching.